Welcome, fellow spiritual travellers. After 10 years of soul searching, trying to find answers, trying to find enlightenment, I just got to a stage where I decided it was enough is enough. I was attracting so many things in my life that were just making me unhappy that I decided that I was going to soul search. I'd already practiced the medium for many years, and I noticed that there was a message from the universe that was coming through quotes, through ideas, through thoughts, that was guiding me on my spiritual journey. And so I was awakened many times to this fact that there was signs all around us, there was information there was things happening, there was connections, there was understandings, there was enlightenment, there was being ignited. And so each day was just like a day of awakening, really, and opening up to understanding. So after 10 years of soul searching, I came to the end and I understood then how it all was. So here is the three top lessons that I want you to take on board, because we so much are searching, we're so much trying to learn, we're so much trying to evolve, we're trying to understand our journey. And so these are the top things that will really sort of like set you apart. We are, a pure energy with a vessel, and your vibration creates your reality. And so the traumas, even the bad things in life, make your mannerisms, make you who you are. And when you're being who you are, because that's what you're born to do, you align yourself with the universe. You align with yourself. This is the enlightenment. And so the first one is love all aspects of the journey. If you hate certain parts of yourself, if you blame other people, if you focus that it was other people that made your life, you can't change your life. You can't get back to who you are. You can't get back to being a pure energy. You were born from 0 to 7 being a pure energy and being connected. And that's why you were a learning machine. That's why you had no restrictions to experiencing life. And you had this body to feel things, to touch things, to see things, to be passionate, to create, to achieve, to challenge your life, to find out who you are. And so it's so important that you love all aspects of it, because it is just a journey. And when you see that everything's relative, didn't you start to see the bigger picture, or the understanding of the enlightenment? That basically everything, good or bad or whatever, is bringing balance to your life. Is bringing you a journey. Is making you make that step. Some might call it a calling. But really, all it is getting you to understand the oneness, getting you to understand that you're connected to everything, getting you to understand how you can feel love by sharing with others, or passion, or just really boils down to enjoying life and living life. And so when you understand to love all aspects of life, you will find your life a lot easier, more peace, more guidance, more understanding. And so that's very important, because a lot of us will think about the past things that we should have done, and they wouldn't have happened, or you wouldn't have probably experienced them if there wasn't for a reason or an understanding. And so when we think that, maybe if I married that person, my life would have been better. No, because at that time you resonated with what you did. So take that away. And when you start to see that it doesn't matter in the long run, because at the end of the day, if you don't experience and learn in this life, you possibly can learn in the next life. Which then moves on to the second, energy is everlasting. When we start to understand energy, the positive and the negative, when we understand that both of them are just energies, money is just energy, being wealthy, these are all just energies. And so it's what you put to them. It's what you put to your inner voice, what you put to your inner self. Your perceptions, your thoughts can create your reality. So it's really what you're feeding. Because if you're trying to control something, then that object or the person you're trying to control isn't being who they are. And so you're not connecting to them on a soul-to-soul level, or you're connecting them on a universal level. You're actually stopping the flow. When we try too hard, we stop the flow of energy. And so energy everlasting. So if you just think that this is your only life, then you're going to be stuck in this perpetual of what you've done wrong, what you lack, what you focus on, your illusions and everything, because it's not real. If you're part of everything, energy-wise, when you tap into the energy system that's part of everything, which is inside you and inside everybody, then you're tapping into an unlimited amount of stuff that you can access. And the only way you're not going to access this, if your body is going to reject the access. Now, what I mean by this is, if you don't believe that you deserve to have what it is, or you're vibrating a lack, then your major core is vibrating not to have. Do you start to see the picture? So you haven't got a relationship with somebody because you're vibrating problems, fears, doubts, worries about being in a relationship, or that you don't believe that you're good enough to have a relationship. So your core vibration is what's causing you not to experience. So you can have a relationship, but you must understand that if you don't love yourself and you're not the energy of love and everything, then you're not going to attract somebody who can do the same or wants to join the experience or the journey. So relationships is a different thing, because there is the aspect of learning the lesson from the relationship, and there's also the peace that comes when you attract somebody who brings peace to your life. So when the lessons is gone, you're left with only the peace. Now, if there is no peace to start off with, then you'll just have to go and find somebody else to learn the lessons until you free yourself up from that vibration. And so, if you don't love yourself, you're going to attract somebody who probably can't love themselves, or has issues from the ancestral chain that they couldn't be loved, that the parents couldn't be loved. So it's a whole different sort of aspects of it. So when you see energy is everlasting, you can get back to the moment, and in this moment that what you order will become your next moment. So if you're enjoying, you can only attract enjoyment or have enjoyment. Do you know what I mean? Sort of thing. As long as you believe that you're allowed to enjoy. But then, because we're living in the past and the future all the time and worrying about all this lack and everything, that's what we're feeding. That's what we're creating. The universe is reflecting what you are giving out in a lot of cases. Or knows what, when you order something that brings peace to your life, it's quicker to come in or to happen. And so you can actually change your orders. You want money, then you get a little bit of money, but it's not enough because you didn't order correctly, or you really didn't believe that you're going to get a lot of money. And so then you should send the money back out so that it can come back more, and it can come back more. And that's why a lot of people who are giving money away or whatever tend to find that it's always coming back in, because there's no restrictions. So it's just about energy. If you're passionate, if you love life, if you enjoy whatever, try this. Just go, and even if you're doing a rubbishy sort of like cleaning, enjoy it. Put some music on or whatever. You will find a quicker way to do it, which then comes in, you can challenge. You'll achieve more. You're flowing because you're actually doing something. And you then feel the goodness from doing it. So energy is so important. And that's what I learned with the enlightenment. And once you understand that it could have been from a vibration from your childhood or your past life or whatever, that's creating your environment. Your environment was given to you to learn the lessons. Your parents to learn the lessons. To give you the mannerisms or to play your part. If you work out what your mum and dad, their best qualities, or what you feel that really gets them connected, you'll find that you're an aspect of that. And the third and final thing is that the universe loves you for who you are. And the reason why the universe loves you for who you are is because when you're being who you are, which you were born to do, you're aligning with the universe. You're aligning with the enlightenment. This is the bigger picture to it all. So, I found that I could bring peace to people's lives by just being in the energy, or just enjoying life, or just enjoying their company, or just supporting them. It wasn't anything hard to do. And then I found that I ignited people to go and do that for other people. And so then I'm planting the seeds of hope, which is what my Peace Sanctuary is all about. Get your vessel right, get your energies right, and you'll find it's a lot easier in life. And so being who you are, or suppressing who you are, you're stopping yourself. You've got to be who you are, because that's why you're here, to play your part. And it might be just be helping one person out in your whole of your lifetime. And that one person could help 1 million people out without you even, you could be igniting all these people to share in the oneness, or to share in the pure energy of the body, or the neutral energy as it is, that will ignite everybody to come together. That's why when things happen, or bad things happen, you tend to find that everybody links then on a soul-to-soul level. They link then, there's no should I help or not help. It's basically people come together. Why? Because they're linking in to the empathy of everybody. They're linking in to the automatic flow of helping people. And that's what happens. So even before you meet people, do I am love, I am peace, you're then meeting on a soul level. It gets you quickly into the state of the soul level. And then you want to help people. You're not fearing or doubting whether you should or not, or whether they're going to betray you, or they're going to throw it back in your face or anything, because you haven't got that worries and fears when you're connected to the universe, when you're connected to the oneness, when you're connected to the pure energy, the source, whatever you want to call it, God, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's all about the energy. And when you understand this, then you tend to find that your life is a lot different. You see signs. You see the beauty in all. You see magical things, because they are vibrating the same energy as you. And so then you could see them. You could see the beauty in all. You can see the beauty in the person. You can see the beauty in the plant, because you're igniting that energy to show you who they are. And who they are is that connection to everybody, to everything. It's the most amazing part of it. The most amazing part of the connection. Most amazing part of living. Even then you see like a dead flower. You understand that the dead flower is making way. It's had its lifetime, it's blossomed, it's now dying, it's making its way to then help another, to feed or nourish the next plant that will grow in that soil. It's done its bit. Every person that comes into your life or out of your life, they've helped you to be the person you are, good or bad. Your enemies give you opportunities to let go of fears and doubts and things that you are scared of being, or whatever, And that's why it's such magical. And that's when you become enlightened, when you realize that everything is part of the journey. Everything is relative to helping you on the journey. And even a brick wall is giving you a new direction. And then all of a sudden the world seems different. And then you don't tap into the world of blame and shame and hate and lack and, I will be happy if I have £1 million. You can be happy having £1 million. But if you haven't got the mind, body and soul aligned, or you're not feeling the connection to, or you're not feeding the connection to the universe, then it's a lonely world that you live in. You're missing out on the beauty and all. You're missing out on the connection to people. You're missing out on the connection to yourself. You stop being who you are. You start becoming selfish and self-centered and only wanting what do you want and want to control your environment because you don't feel in control. Because why? You've disconnected in your mind and your body. You're never truly disconnected because the energy is always part. But to be ignited, you have to be the same energy of it. To align with it, you have to enjoy life or basically flow in or be the energy. So that's where the enlightenment 3 stages comes in. You have the human experience where you want and need, which is the journey, which is showing you what you want and need for your journey. Then you have the state of being, which is being the energy. And then you have the enlightenment stage, which is the solution or the connection, which is an automatic connection. So then things don't come into your life that's not part of your journey or is part of the peace and the balance. It is then we truly see that everything is opposite to what we're conditioned, what we're told, what our perceptions, what our thinking. It all is the opposite. Imagine that you had everything that you possibly needed. Yeah? So why would you search for it? Why would you look for it? If you can already know that by surrendering and allowing the flow of the universe and staying connected in a way of doing things like passion, creativity, what else is there? There's loads that get you connected, you know? Just having patience could get you connected, you know? What your gratitude is, you know, what you appreciate. We often don't even thank the people around us that makes our journey, that helps us on a journey, you know? We lose sight of the true values. And I'm going to put a list up of energies that will get you automatically connected. When you achieve, when you challenge yourself, when you have a focus and a goal and a dream, you know, these are all things that get you automatically aligned. I know we get like distracted because of the lack and the fears and stuff, but you just got to put them in the box. Give them back to the universe. Say to the universe, I know that I'm holding on to this stuff. And then you can even trace back and find where this has come from. A programming, a situation, or something that happened that's made you think a different way. In the bigger picture, it's helping you to be the mannerisms and who you are and everything. But we so get caught up in the negative of it. But negative brings balance. So if we try to be too positive, you know, what we're doing is we don't really believe it because we're trying to be something. We just need to be positive. We just need to be connected. We just need to be with all our senses open and not be frightened that we might be hurt and people do horrible things because it's only our vibration for them. You know, it's like an animal that's been hurt. It tends to then is giving off the emotion, which then attracts more of people to hurt it. And you've got to stop feeding that. You've got to understand it's just an energy. It's just an opportunity to let go of stuff that doesn't resonate with the universe. And that's the key to it all. Energy is everlasting. Energy is going to carry on. The nature and the universe will find its way to balance all the time. But then there's an automatic flow when there's no resistance to getting or being who you are. And then that's the key to it all. That's when you make yourself understandable. You can say, well, you know, why did that happen today? I trace it back and find, oh yeah, you know, in childhood, I was worried about that or this, that and the other, or I lost a friend and so that made me feel that I might lose more people, and so then I start to not attach to people or don't want to be around people because I'm frightened of losing people. You know, it's a whole world can be created on a program or a trauma from your past life or your childhood or even your mum's fears and doubts and your dad's fears and doubts. You can because when we're younger we take away their emotions or to try and help them, and then we then start to feed them and then they become ours. Lessons to be learned. This is a magical place when you see what enlightenment is. You know, it's to enlighten. That's what you're trying to do. Become the light. And then eventually become enlightenment, which is like the next stage on, where you can connect to all wisdom, all knowledge, all information that can help you on your journey. And that's why I teach mediumship, and I teach the quotes, and I teach the channeling, and I teach to be one with the source and one with yourself, because then it gets you into that state of being.